Hey coaches, we are coming up soon on our VBS Soccer Camp. We're trying something new this year, and I'm really excited that you all get to be coaches for this first try at it. It's going to be a great week. I know I've already had a chance to talk with some of you ahead of time about what the plan is for the week. I first want to go over a little bit about what that plan is if you haven't heard it yet, so you feel comfortable and ready for this great week. After that, Roman is going to go over some instruction with you about some simple drills that you can practice with your team in that first half-hour time block that you have together. Let me first go over a couple things in regards to sign up and procedure for how kids are going to move around and where they're going to be going. First off, when kids arrive, right towards the outside area by the front entrance of the church, we're going to have a big canvas tent set up, canopy tent, and there is going to be the registration table. Karen and Veronica are going to be there together to make sure every kid gets checked in. They're going to have a wristband of a color given to them. That's going to represent their team color for the week. They're then going to go out to the field that represents their team color. On each field is going to be a flag of that color, so kids will know where to go, and that'll be their field with their coaches for the week. You'll know all that ahead of time when you arrive. If you could even make sure you get there probably 20 minutes at least ahead of time each night. That way you can make a plan with your coach, what you're going to do during that half-hour time block of drills. Roman's going to go over that, and so you're set to go for each day. So when you arrive, and when the kids arrive too, they're going to go out to the field for that first 30 minutes with drills, and they're going to go with you, and you just want to be super fun, high energy, make every kid feel like they're welcome, like it doesn't matter what their skill level is. They're just there to have fun and to practice and have a good time, and to stay safe too, of course. When you're out there, do those drills. After we do the half-hour of drills, you're going to hear a whistle blow. That means we're going to have a time of transition over to get some snacks. The snacks will all be set up outside. So kids will go over, get in a line with their teams, and they're going to get some snacks. We'll have a water table available too. Kids don't need to bring a water bottle for every day of the camp. They'll just know that there's always a water table available. Might be really hot that week, I don't know. They'll have a chance to go over there and get any water they need throughout the course of the time, and then head right back out to their field. But during that transition to snack time, they'll get their snacks, they'll stay outside. Then as a team, they're going to go inside. So everything you do, you're going to do as a team throughout the course of the week. They'll go inside, grab a spot in the fellowship hall seating area. There'll be a stage set up in there. Your team will sit with you where the colored flags are by the chairs for your team inside. And once you get there, you'll just sit there. We'll have our big group time together. We'll do some worship songs, a skit. We'll have a teaching time. After that, you'll go back outside. You could probably just go to where your field is. You'll sit with your team for about 15, 20 minutes of a discussion, small group time. I encourage both of the coaches on your team just to make sure you're engaging with the kids on a real personal level. Keep it fun, but it's okay during this time to get a little more serious and ask a few questions in relation to what you talked about inside. We have those discussion guide questions already set for you to kind of help guide that time with questions. If you haven't gotten that yet, I'll email it out. I'll make sure you all get a copy of that. After that small group time, you're then going to stay on your field and you're going to do some scrimmaging. So that'll be the final half hour of the time. A great time just to put yourselves in a position to have a lot of competitive fun together. You'll either scrimmage against your team when you split them in half, or maybe with the older kids, what we might do is split up into two groups, two different teams facing off against each other. We'll see how it works. The first day, work with us. We'll figure out what works best for the number of kids we have and the ages that we have for each day. So that's the plan. And of course, too, remember, at the end of the time at 8:30, we'll go from 6:30 to 8:30. At 8:30, we're not going to have you go try and find the parents. We're going to make sure parents know that they need to come to the field to pick up their kid. And once you kind of lock eyes with the parent, at least one of you has to keep an eye on parent pickup. Make sure you lock eyes with the parent and the kid and make sure they're safe to go after that so that there's no issues with kids and where they go after the end of the night. I hope that all makes sense. I think it's gonna be a really fun week. Again, just really encourage you to put people over programs, focus on these kids, love them well, and I know it's just gonna be a great week. Now, if you have any other questions, let me know. I'm gonna turn it over to Roman, and Roman's gonna go over with you a few drills that you can practice with your kids throughout the week.
For this exercise, it's not a drill, but we want to make sure that our kids are warmed up, and just put them in a circle and do some stretches like this ones. Go ahead. Do those for like 10 seconds each side. We can do legs too. Make sure you do, I don't know, maybe a good 5 minutes of stretches before we start. and also maybe a couple laps around the field as well too. We're gonna do it here, but it's I think the most important for any sport right at the beginning is to get that blood flowing and get that warm up starting before we even start. So yeah, coaches, we have Mateo here. He's gonna demonstrate how to score from one end to the other. He's gonna dribble the ball and try to score on the other end. For the exercise purpose, you don't have to have a goalie at all. This is just for them to learn how to control the ball as they take it to the other end, kind of like dribbling and scoring at the end. So go ahead, Mateo, take it. The whole purpose for this is for them to have control of the ball, and as soon as they get a chance, to score like that. Good job, buddy.
So in this drill, we have my dad with me and my sister Isabella. So we are going to be passing and receiving and passing back. You may start. So as you can see, they're keeping it low, basic, just passing and receiving and passing it back, not that hard.
All right, for this drill, we're gonna set up about 6 cones on each side, and the players are gonna dribble the ball around the cones, keeping it close to their feet, and at the end, they're gonna dribble it inside over there so they can score. So go ahead. The idea of this is for them to learn to control the ball and to keep it close to their feet. Jump Mateito all the way, buddy. Take it. That's it. Good job. Good. All right, for this drill, there's gonna be in couples, okay? So partner up your players. They're gonna pass it to each other all the way to the goal over there, and they're gonna try to score. So go ahead, keep it close to the ground. Pass it to each other. That's it. Good job. For this drill, we're gonna have a circle. Obviously, I don't have enough to have a circle here, so your team is gonna have anywhere from 4 to 8 players probably, or maybe even more. So do a circle with them and pass it to each other. Okay, you want to stop and pass. So the whole idea for them is to control the ball and pass it to each other. Okay, keep the momentum going and the energy too. So here's the first pass. Stop. Pass it. Stop. Pass. Stop. And then there's not an order for that, okay? So they can pass it to anybody, okay? They don't have to be in the right, so they can pick anybody to pass it with. So try to move quick here on this one. Okay, for this drill, we have Camila and Isabella. You can line up your team and set up some cones. They're gonna do kind of like a zigzag going. It's just gonna help them dribble the ball and keeping it close to their feet as well too. At the end, they're gonna try to score. So no rush on this one. The whole point is for them to have more control of the ball and keep it close to their feet. Okay, go ahead, Camila. So you're gonna set up your cones, and then they're gonna go around the cones. No rush. I know we understand that some little kids are gonna take longer to do it, but you can line them up, leave some space. So Isabella is right in the middle, Camila is in the last cone, and at the end, she's gonna shoot. Right there. Camila, Isabella's almost done. And at the end, shoot. That's it. As simple as that.